Check it.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the videos. If you guys are new, my name is Mike. So in this video we're going to be working on the Z yet again. I actually just ordered these carbon fiber mirror caps, and the reason why I got these is I want to eventually wrap the car, and I want to try wrapping the car with a friend and kind of do it on my own. It's really hard to wrap mirrors, whether that's on like the Evo. Actually, the Evo is kind of easy. Most cars, their mirrors are really hard to wrap. The Z especially, it has a lot of like weird angles and stuff like that, and it's really hard to wrap this in like one piece. So I decided, since I have some carbon fiber like center caps, I guess, on the Z, I'm like, why the heck not? Went ahead and bought these online. They're super cheap. They're like 120 bucks or something like that. They weren't bad. And the fitment isn't too bad either. I'll show you guys the fitment in just a bit. What we're going to be doing is clear coating this, because if you guys don't know, clear coat on carbon fiber is really important, because if you don't clear coat your carbon fiber, over time it's going to start fading in the sun and it doesn't look good. It starts to look almost greenish and it starts cracking like the resin coating or something. So it's always a good idea to clear coat carbon fiber.
It's pretty bad, like you can see the fading. There's a lot of crack, like it's pretty bad. So as for fitment, get off here. The fitment is actually pretty good. It kind of just goes on the mirror just like that. I think it makes the Z look a little bit more sharp, more aggressive, more race car in a way. But the thing that I really don't like is you can still see the original color, the silver going around here, which is why I got some satin black wrap, the same wrap that we used on the roof and the eyelids of the car. I'm gonna try wrapping this side here, just this around here, to at least make it black. Worst case scenario, I'll just take off the wrap if that's too difficult because of these fins here. And I might just spray it black or something, just mask the mirror. That might be a little bit easier. All the install really is the mirror cap, some probably double-sided tape on the inside and around here. And that should be it. That should hold the mirror cap on here enough that it'll just stick and it should look really good. Alright, so now I showed you guys the carbon fiber mirror caps. Let's go ahead and spray this bad boy and throw them on the car. So I had to spray like the mirror caps in the shed because it was actually so windy that I dropped one and it kind of scratched up some carbon fiber, but I was able to fix it. So I just clear coated these, and we have one issue. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but you can see we have some clear coat runs, which isn't the biggest deal in the world. What I usually do is I wet sand it with like 400 and then 800 and then 1200. It's a big process, so it's not a huge deal. I have all like my wet sanding stuff over here, and this is the other one that I did. I just finished wet sanding it because there were some runs, but it actually came out pretty good. I'm gonna buff it some more once it's on and mounted on the cars, just so it doesn't move and I don't like risk cracking it. I don't know if you can see. Okay, you can kind of see there was some runs here, but I was able to wet sand it and it's all good now. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other mirror. Alright, so looking at, I'll try to get a good angle. There you go. So we have this here, which was, I guess, wet, and I'll be honest, I touched it. It did fail the touch test because my finger stuck to it. So what I'm going to do is look for my 400. Using newer sandpaper is always a better bet, but this is all I have. So you're gonna get your 400, and then you want to sand in the opposite direction of the runs. So you see the runs are going down this way. You want to sand in the opposite direction, so going side to side. Once you got it pretty much almost flat, it's okay if it's not 100% flat, maybe like 80% gone. You want to move up to the higher grit, so this would be 400. I think the next one up would be 1200 for me, and then 1500, 2000, then 2500. And you just want to keep sanding in this direction, and then just up and down. 3 separate ones. Keep going back and forth from those 3 and it should come out. So just spray with some soapy water, or just water if you have. Soapy water would be better. Now you don't want to add too much pressure. You just want the sandpaper to basically do all the work. And you don't really need to mask a certain area, because with basically like cutting and polishing, you want it to you just want to eventually blend it in. So if you go over, it's okay. You'll be able to blend it in later on. Alright, so this is where we are. This is just after the 400, so now we're going to move to 1200. Now it would be a lot better if you do have 800 but this is all I got. Okay, so I think we're done with the 1200. It's a lot, I can feel it's a lot smoother. You can start to move on to the 1500. This is after 1500. It's a lot smoother. Now at this point with 2000, kind of go in a circle. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but this is what I do. It comes out pretty decent. And then now we can just hit it with the 2500. Once you're done with the 2500, we're gonna go hit it with some buff. I'm just gonna buff it by hand. And once it's on the car, I'm gonna buff it with an actual like wheel and stuff. Just put a little bit, probably like a thumbnail worth of rubbing compound by Meguiar's. And after all of this, look at that, it looks heaps better. It is a little bit foggy in some areas. I could go back and touch it up, but I think I'm pretty happy with this. But I think it looks pretty good. Now that all the mirror caps are all done, I'm just gonna leave them here. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the wrap at the back and wrap the mirrors, the silver part of the mirrors that can be seen. We're gonna go ahead and attempt to wrap the mirrors for the mirror caps. All right, so the carbon mirror is not really securely installed, I just threw it on. The wrap job isn't the best. Now I'm not a rapper in the music industry or the car industry. It's not the best looking. Like you can see what I was going for, but you can see like the silver through. I might just take this off and paint it, but it does look a lot better with this rim being black. So I might just take this off, mask it, and then spray it with some black. So I took off the wrap and I ended up masking the mirror like a lot, and I sprayed it. So I think it's gonna come out really good. I just went around the line of the mirror and I ended up masking a lot, and I used this to kind of shield off some overspray, which I can take off later, which shouldn't be too hard. And now I'm just starting to mask the other side. You can see where I'm just following the line of the mirror, going around here and stuff. This is what I'm doing to try and get all the inside silver out, just to paint this face part black. And then I can go ahead and put double-sided tape on the carbon fiber mirror cap and we should be all good. I just finished spraying this mirror. It actually looks pretty good. I didn't mask as much because I realized I didn't really need to go that much. But this side is all pretty much all done, and I just left the most satisfying part, taking off this one, the last piece of tape. Look at that line though. Sheesh. If you mask well, it's actually so satisfying once you take it off, because check this out. It's so nice to see that clean line. Look at that. That line actually looks so clean, and actually looks pretty good, just silver. So that's actually pretty good. I did get some overspray down here, but I can probably remove that with some wax and grease remover. No big deal. And hopefully I didn't get anything on the mirror. And boom, it actually looks pretty good with the black inside. Should have came factory like that. Also, I'd like to say, oh shit, I forgot the tape was still on there. Huge shout out to my brother for helping me find this super rare Grex Greddy shift knob. It does say 5-speed on it. The Z is a 6, but I can find a different like sticker to put on there. But shout out to him because he found this in Japan and it looks super awesome in the Z. Alright, so the carbon mirrors are on. They're looking pretty good. The black around here really did help, especially if I'm going to be changing the color when I do wrap the car. Another thing I'm probably going to have to do later on, the 3M tape that it came with wasn't exactly the best. It's not exactly sticky. I'm going to need something stronger here, like maybe like Gorilla Tape. I might be changing that tomorrow or something in the future, but overall I think the install was pretty easy, pretty good. I just need to put some more, like a stronger tape here, because this is actually okay. It's mainly here that isn't the greatest fit. For 100 bucks, I can't really complain. Plus it beats wrapping the mirrors, the body color, because that's gonna be a bitch. Alright, so we're at a meet right now, and Braden's gonna take off the muffler of his Cav. The first quick release muffler, I think, on a Cav ever. He's gonna give us a couple of revs maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh! Oh! This dude! Sounds good. So we got one Supra here. We got another Supra here with like huge meat. I'm not too sure if I showed this Supra before, but they're both pretty clean. Two black Supras. I think there's another white one like over there by Dollarama. I'll go check it out. I love white Supras. Super aggressive front bumper too, right beside a Type R. This dude's running an HKS exhaust on the Civic 2. It's so baller. It's so sick. This RSX is just chilling, far from the other two cars, but it has super clean, super nice fitment. Seeing cars like these, I gotta like definitely work on the fitment on the Evo, because I actually like this. A little bit of poke. It looks so clean.